In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to connect to Microsoft SQL Server in Access. By creating a SQL Server connection in Access, we can work with tables from both systems at the same time. By creating a SQL Server connection in Access, we can work with tables from both systems at the same time. Here I have a blank Access database, and I want to be able to create my test table from my SQL Server database anytime I want while I'm in Access. What you want to do is you want to go to the External Data tab, click on New Data Source. From Database, click from SQL Server. Here we have two options. We can either import a table from SQL Server as a local table, or we can link a table as a linked table. Since I always want to access live data in my SQL Server database, I'm going to select Link to the data source by creating a linked table. And click OK. Now click on the Machine Data Source tab. If you don't have a data source created, click on New. And you're going to get this pop-up warning, and just click on OK. And want to choose the first option, use a data source, and click on Next. On this page, we want to select the SQL Server driver. And you're going to see two very similar options. The first option is SQL Server, and the other option is SQL Server Native Client 11.0, or based on the SQL Server version you're using. And I'm going to click on SQL Server Native Client 11.0, since that's a newer driver, and click on Next. And click Finish. Now we're going to set up the connection. I'm going to start by giving my connection name. I'm going to name this connection JJ connection. And want to provide the server name. If you don't know your server name, what you want to do is you want to go to your SQL Server, create a new query. You can use the commit select followed by the 2S symbol and server name. And just run this statement. And that will return the SQL Server instance name. Now I'm going to copy my SQL Server instance name and paste to the server field. And click on Next. And click on Next. On this page, we want to make sure that change the default database to is checked. From the drop-down, we want to select the database we want to tie to our connection. I'm going to select my JJ database. You can set the connection permission to read and write, or you can just provide the read-only permission. I'm going to choose read and write since I'll be using this connection to update records in Microsoft Access. Now click on Next and click on Finish to finish the setup. To make sure that the connection is created successfully, you want to click on Test Data Source. And once you see the test is completed successfully message, that means the connection is created successfully. Now click on OK. And click OK to close the window. And click OK to finish the setup. The link tables window is going to pop up. And it's going to give a list of tables you can connect to in Access. And since I'm only interested in my test table, I'm going to select my test table. You can also select multiple tables. And once I finish selecting the tables, I'm going to click on OK. In case if a table does not have primary key, it's going to select the column you want to use as the primary key. And since my test table only has one column, I'm going to select the column and click on OK. Now in Access, in the All Access Objects panel, you're going to see a new query is created. If I double click on the query to open the data set, and here's the table from my SQL Server database. We can also update the table in Access. Let's say I want to change the value from 2 to 4. Now if I go back to my SQL Server database, and if I run the select statement, oh, and I forgot to refresh. Let me try again. And here for the second record, the value got changed to 4. And if you want to create a table in Access, you need to create a new query. And here, let me expand the window. And make sure that the property sheet window is displayed. If you don't see the property sheet window, you want to go to Design and click on Property Sheet. While the query window is still active, you want to change the query type to Pass to Query. Now go to the Property Sheet window and want to change the ODBC connection string. Now click on this dot icon, and that opens the select data source dialog, and want to go to the machine data source tab and click on the data source connection we just created and click OK. Now a pop-up is going to ask you, do you want to save the password in the connection string? And I'm going to click on yes, since I want to reuse the window for next time. Now I can close the pop-up issue window. If you try to run a select statement from the query, so let's say if I type select wildcard from dbo_test, here in my query, my table name is exactly the same as my query name. But if I try to run the select statement, I'm going to get an error message, ODBC code fail. And the reason why is because when you try to run a select statement from a linked table, you should always treat the table as you are trying to write query in SQL Server or different database system. So we want to change the underscore to dot, and which is going to be the same syntax as when you write the T-SQL statement in SQL Server. Now if you run the query, and that gives you the result set that tied to my test table in SQL Server. Alright, so this is everything I want to cover in this video, and hopefully you guys found the video useful. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.